Now, the fifth and final pillar is estate planning, and this is probably one of the most important ones to make sure you're stewarding your wealth well, but also providing for your loved ones. So the first item when it comes to estate planning is the documents that you'll need. Now, some people wonder, do I need a trust? Do I not need a trust? Well, that's going to depend on your state. That's going to depend on the rules of your states. And it's also going to depend on your situation. But there's also all these other items that you're going to want to get put in place, like a power of attorney or a will, or the things that are going to make sure that if something happens to you, everything is in place. And then the next item of estate planning is survivor planning. So this is to ensure that the spouse is good to go from a financial standpoint when one of the spouses passes. Now, I'll say the more important part of this probably is the emotional side. We get a lot of people that come work with us because they're worried that if their spouse passes away, they want to make sure they have a team to serve the other spouse is ultimately the idea. On that as well, there's a lot of planning for what's called the widow's penalty. You could pay nearly double the amount of tax if you go from married filing jointly to single. And so that's something we start to really get ahead of. And again, proactive planning to make sure that when that spouse is in that situation, they're not going to be forced in having to pay higher taxes on higher income if we can find ways now that will lower their income in the future. And then the next point is reducing taxes to beneficiaries. So a lot of our clients have goals of leaving money behind to their loved ones. And that's something where we can really add a lot of value from a planning standpoint, but also something we do with a lot of our clients is we work with their children to make sure it's very family oriented. Now, my mom works here. We've got a lot of other family members and friends who work here as well. And because of that, we like to extend that experience to our clients as well. And so we always encourage our clients, hey, we'd love to help your kids. We'd love to make sure they're set up. And not only to make sure they have a plan now, but also, hey, if they're going to pass the wealth to their children, what are they going to do with it? Most inheritances are spent right away. This is a great opportunity to that when that happens, okay, now we have a plan already in place. And then the last point is purpose planning. What are we going to do with all this wealth at this point? As I mentioned, you can't take it with you. You either fly first class or your kids fly first class is something that we hear people say all the time. It's going to depend on your goals and your vision for your wealth. And so we always tell people there's only 3 things you can do with your money. You can spend it, you can give it to charities or organizations, or you could gift it to your loved ones. And you can either decide to do that now, or you could look to give or gift your money when you pass, because it's just going to go to whoever the beneficiaries are on your accounts at that time.